During the deal, the man noticed something off. The buyer could assemble a firearm 5 seconds faster than he could, and he was a trained operative. What shocked Jack even more was that when he quietly tampered with the scope's calibration, she still hit a target a kilometer away dead on. All of this reminded Jack that just a few days earlier, he'd submitted his retirement paperwork to the organization, only to be handed this assignment right after. Once he connected the dots, he knew there was no way this was just a coincidence. While Jack was still turning it over in his head, the buyer suddenly handed him the weapon and told him to fire a shot right next to her to test how well the suppressor actually worked. Right then, Jack could have taken her out and eliminated the threat for good. But after weighing his options, he decided to go with a more calculated plan. The buyer was more than satisfied with how the weapon performed and was ready to close the deal. That's when Jack suddenly said some of the parts still needed fine-tuning. The timing was odd, but the buyer didn't get suspicious. She just gave him 3 days to sort it out. After leaving the meet, Jack deliberately kicked in the front bumper of his BMW and pried the damaged section wide open. Then he drove to a body shop.
Fabio, got some damage to my car.
While the owner was busy working on another car, Jack quietly grabbed some parts he could use for what he had planned. Back home, he immediately started taking the stolen parts apart. He laid the swiped metal shims out on his workbench and hammered away at them until they took the shape he needed. Jack was going to use these throwaway scraps to build a fake weapon convincing enough to pass for the real thing. He then precision machined the stolen steel pipe and cut it into 12 segments. He layered them with the shims he'd already prepped and slid on a custom casing. Just like that, a flawless replica suppressor was done. To go with the suppressor, Jack picked up a used firearm off the black market, stripped it completely, and put it back together. On the outside, it looked like any ordinary gun, but every single part had been subtly modified. Now came the most critical step. Jack picked up a file, ground the tip of each bullet flat, drilled a tiny hole into it, and carefully dripped a few drops of mercury inside. With these custom rounds, even a shot that missed a vital area would still kill the target within minutes thanks to the mercury poisoning. 3 days later, the deal went down as planned. The moment Jack handed the custom rounds over, the buyer suddenly asked to inspect the goods one more time.
I'm just going to the ladies. Wait here.
The unexpected move put Jack on edge. He noticed the restaurant staff were slipping away one by one, all disappearing into the back kitchen. The dining room, packed just moments before, was now completely empty, like someone had set the whole thing up. When the buyer came back, Jack quickly tucked away the gun he'd been hiding.
Okay?
I'm fine. You?
Just fine. You won't need your gun.
You never know.
Luckily, the inspection went off without a hitch, and the deal closed clean. Looking down at the cash in his hands, Jack started to wonder if maybe he'd just been reading too much into everything. What he didn't know was that after the buyer left, she got a mysterious phone call on the way back.
Hello?
What happened?
There wasn't the opportunity.
Find one.
Late that night, Jack thought about telling the buyer the truth, but what happened next made him drop the idea completely. From the moment the deal ended, he realized someone was already tailing him. So Jack ducked into the shadows of a street corner, pulled his gun, and crept up on his tail. Just as he was about to pull the trigger, a motorcycle roared by out of nowhere, throwing off his timing and letting the hitman slip away in the chaos. The botched ambush only confirmed what Jack suspected. The organization had already made up its mind to take him out. First thing the next morning, he packed his bags, ready to grab his girlfriend and get out of there. But he had no idea a sniper was already dug in the distance, crosshairs locked right on his head. When the shot rang out, though, the body that hit the ground wasn't Jack's. It was the hitman who'd been about to end him. When he checked the body, Jack made a shocking discovery. The hitman lying there was the same mysterious buyer he'd done the deal with just days ago.
Who do you work for?
That was the moment he knew his gut had been right all along. The organization really did want him dead. Jack figured hiding out in some remote snowfield would keep him off their radar. But the quiet didn't last long. One day he spotted a set of unfamiliar footprints in the snow outside the cabin. Sensing trouble, Jack immediately pulled his girlfriend behind cover. A split second later, a bullet came ripping through the air. After scanning the area, he pinpointed the shooter hiding up on the hillside. Using the terrain for cover, Jack quietly shifted position, waited for his opening, and took the guy out. But what Jack did next was hard to make sense of. He sent his girlfriend inside to make a cup of coffee, waited for her to turn her back, and shot her from behind. Jack suspected she was another hitman planted by the organization. After all, she was the only one who knew where he was hiding out. If someone had leaked his location, she was the most likely candidate.